Special Forces getting lit up on a riverboat by SPETSNAZ. This is not footage for the faint-hearted. If you want to watch this, please be aware that this might contain some interesting footage. So yeah, if you're with people who have been in the military, who struggle with their mental health, be careful while watching this video with me. It's going to be an interesting one. This is by Jeremiah. I think I've watched one or two of his videos in the past. They're phenomenal bits of content. I will leave a link down below to the original video along with the original channel. He's currently at 463,000 subscribers. Let's get him up to 500,000 if you haven't already. Go over there and subscribe. Again, this is going to be an interesting bit of footage. It's about 5 minutes long, so sit back, relax, get yourself prepped. Let's get into it. Good God.
Today we're going to be breaking down some heartbreaking footage Ukrainian Special Forces just released. In the footage, a team of Ukrainian Special Forces can be seen traveling downriver on a boat when they're suddenly ambushed by Russian Special Forces positioned on the side of the river. And as you guys saw a little bit of...
As someone who's done training on water with the Royal Marines Commandos, you're so exposed. You're so exposed in these positions like this. Obviously, you've got lads looking out in every direction. You've got the big gun, etc. But you are so exposed going through these waters. And also, there's multiple different things here. You're obviously quite loud going through the water. You're going at quite the speed. So if you do come under contact, you've got to stop instantly. It's a hard bit. It's a hard bit of tactical training you got to do here, and it's not something like CQB that you do day in, day out. Like in the Royal Marines, even when we got out of training, we did a lot of CQB training, a lot of it. So clearing rooms constantly with your fire team, getting used to what it's like with each other and who's good at what and what you can do. This is not something that you necessarily train day in and day out on. Obviously, you are highly trained on this type of stuff, especially as someone like a Royal Marines Commando or Special Forces like these guys. But it's just not something that's like as tuned into a lot of other stuff. So it's such a complex situation. Before we get further into this footage, though, if you haven't already, check out Chug. 10% off, link down below for the best drinking vessel in the world. While watching this content with me, you got to sit back. You got to relax. It's summer. No, it's not, is it? It's spring, actually. But summer is on its way in about 3 months. Listen, you've got to keep an open mind. Was it that Theo Von said in that interview? He's like, you got to be open-minded. It's summer in your own mind. Get yourself a chug. Sit around a fire with your mates, drinking something like a can of Morale out of your chug. How perfect would that be for summer? Listen, I get pictures of people on Instagram sending me them drinking Morale out of the chug. Now, it's such a cool thing to see. After years of work, over 2 years of work with this drink that I've developed, and after being a sponsor with Chug for over a year now, I think it's been like 1.5 years since we've been sponsored with Chug because I love their business. The owner's absolutely fantastic. I talked to him. It's a small business here in the UK. They use sustainable materials, free customization, free bag, ships to America. It's such a good bit of kit. There's a reason they've been a sponsor on this channel for so long. They sell like crazy. So get yourself a Chug. If you are in the UK, get yourself a Morale. Sit back. Let's watch this content and let's pretend it's summer.
In the intro, all hell breaks loose. But that's not all I have for you in this video. First, I'd like to take a stroll to the Donetsk region of Ukraine, where a Ukrainian soldier almost loses his head in a ridiculously close-range gunfight. Recon troops of the Ukrainian Azov brigade were clearing a small village when suddenly a Russian soldier hiding in a shed opened fire and just barely missed the head of one of the Ukrainians.
I actually think we've seen that footage before. Woo! I think we've seen that footage before. Maybe. We've seen so much of the Azov brigade. Maybe we haven't. That's brutal, isn't it? That's the thing with CQB. These lads don't have many lads with them. You know, they haven't got as many people with them. So, like, you can't do classic tactics. And when you're in this environment for so long, you start to, you know, your guard goes down a little bit. So,
The recon team then mag dumps the shed until the Russian soldier stops firing.
Yeah.
At which point they surprisingly start talking to the Russian, telling him that if he surrenders, they won't kill him. And thankfully,
Wow.
after a few minutes of talking, the Russian soldier crawls out of his hidey hole and surrenders.
Wow. Do you know how much restraint you've got to have to nearly be shot by someone and still say, "Hey, you know, if you pop your head out, you can surrender. We're not going to hurt you." Canary's breathing.
Ноги целые. Быстро заходи в дом. Быстро.
I'm presuming he's been shot, yeah.
Давай заползай. Ползи.
Brutal. The restraint of the Ukrainian, though, to do this is
Потому что кровь
impressive.
течет, нужно тебе быстро помощь надать. Говори, где тебе ранение?
Not only did the recon team keep their word and let him live, but the Russian soldier had been shot multiple times in the engagement. So the Ukrainian soldiers provided life-saving medical aid to the Russian
Incredible.
and evacuated him from the combat zone, which is something you will never see Russian soldiers doing for Ukrainians.
That's the thing. The restraint you've got to have after nearly being shot in the head, and then saving the guy that did it to you. That takes a certain that takes a certain type of man to do that.
Садись в карету.
There's a lot of men that would just take him out. I think we've seen this. I'm pretty sure we've seen this footage.
Погнали. Удачи.
Let's see. We've seen
But
that
on to
footage, I'm
what
pretty
you
sure.
clicked on the video for. If you've enjoyed
Here
the
we go.
video so far, don't forget to like and subscribe and check
Yeah, like I said, go over to their channel. There's a link down below. Let's get some subscribers over there. This footage is insane.
out the Patreon link down below for loads of exclusive, uncensored combat footage. A group of Ukrainian special forces
They're
were
flying
on a
down this river.
dangerous combat mission in Crimea. They were traveling downriver on a heavily armed boat when things took a turn for the worse.
Oh, they're not moving?
Unfortunately, a team of Russian special forces had set up an ambush along the side of the river, waiting for the Ukrainians to arrive. As the boat came around the corner, the Russians opened up with overwhelming machine gun fire,
Shit.
tearing through the Ukrainians and their boat.
Oh, so they were moving when they got under fire. Is it contact right? I think it's contact right, isn't it? They're backing the boat up. Good drills on the
Multiple
driver.
Ukrainian soldiers were hit in the opening moments of the engagement.
Good
Thankfully,
God.
those who weren't hit were able to return fire, somewhat suppressing the enemy. And the driver instantly reacted to the situation by backing the boat out of the ambush zone, likely saving the lives of everyone on board.
Yeah,
Once they were out
definitely.
of the kill zone, everyone jumped into the water and made their way to land
looks
for
hurt.
cover. The wounded stayed in the shallow water near the boat, while those who could fight went farther inland and prepped a counter ambush in case the Russians made the terrible choice of pursuing them downriver. Meanwhile, the team's medics quickly got to work patching up those who were wounded by the boat.
Good God. I hope everyone survived. There's a lot of blood coming out of there then. This footage is not for the faint-hearted at all, is it? Playing Amazing Grace over the top of it.
Thankfully, the Russians didn't chase after them, and
Oh,
the team was
good.
able to quickly load back onto the boat and head back to base.
Ugh.
The fate of the soldier with the camera is sadly unknown, but judging from the footage, it doesn't look great. And it's honestly
Well, the special forces, so you're not gonna know who's gone or what, are you?
a miracle that any of them made it out of this ambush alive.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching again. Hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Truth is, like, on an ambush like that, you're so out in the open when you're on these boats, especially in like something like this. It's kind of like a rigid raider. Like, you're just so exposed from both sides. There's no cover apart from the boat itself, which isn't really cover at all. So unless you send the rounds off first, you don't want to come into contact in positions like this. No matter how many weapons you've got pointed in all directions, it's just the first bullets sent are the ones that are going to hit. And so, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if some of them unfortunately lost their lives from this, but you would hope that they all got out. The special forces, so they're going to know what they're doing. They know the area they're in. I don't know whether they're behind enemy lines, whether the area would have been wrecked or anything like that, but they've got yellow tape on their head, which makes me believe that they are not behind enemy lines and that they're trying to let other Ukrainians know who they are. Either way, absolutely shit scenario, and I'm just glad that at least some of them survived, although we don't know if they did or what. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. It's hard for me to watch this type of footage because it never gets monetized, so please don't forget to like and subscribe on this video. I never really say stuff like that, but it does help with that mysterious YouTube algorithm, especially with videos like this that are not going to get monetized. So I always forget every time I tap on the desk, the camera moves. Check out Chug, 10% off, link down below. Go get yourself a can of morale if you're living in the UK as well. If you want to get a hold of me and have me react to some footage, the best place to do that is Instagram. So go to @originalhuman_ or @drinkmorale. You can DM me on there. I've been getting flooded with DMs since I've been saying that. So I apologize if I haven't got back to everyone, but that's the best place to get a hold of me. Other than that, I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.